Welcome to the stunning Rhine-Ruhr region of Germany, where the 32nd edition of the FISU World University Summer Games have officially begun. 6 cities across the region hosting 18 sports, 9,200 participants from 150 countries. It's massive. Welcome to Berlin. We'll be bringing you all of the diving action over the next 7 days, with 13 finals in total here at the Europa Sport Park in the German capital. First up, diving discipline will be the mixed 3-meter synchronized springboard final. And we'll have 5 rounds of dives from the 6 teams, which comprises of 1 female, 1 male, 6 teams from 6 different countries. And starting off, of course, will be the German pairing of Lena Henschel and Luis Carlo Avila Sanchez. They won gold in Antalya, European champs, just in May. So the first 2 dives will have a degree of difficulty of 2. They start off with this pike for the German pairing. A very smooth start for the German duo. Very well synchronized, they'll be happy with that. Just very clean, coming off the board and just going through the motions. There you go, touching toes, nice use of the arms to get them straight back into position and then reaching for the water. There we have the first score, 48.6. So that's the first score for the German pair. Lena Henschel and Luis Carlo Avila Sanchez. Kim Jae-wook, Woo Soo-yeon. Reverse dive for them. Solid dive. And
execution 6.66, 8, 7.5, 7.5.
They'll get a pretty decent score. You can see he's just slightly off balance there, Jae-wook. Fighting to get himself just streamlined on entry. He's quite tall as well, 46.2. That's synchronization, fantastic execution. And looking very good. 3 teams currently past the 90-point mark. Individual neutral athletes there. And the United States down there in 4th position. And China, we don't often see them at the bottom of the pile. Now it's time to see how things shape up with these more complicated, intricate dives. Inward 2.5 somersault. Well, that's nicely executed, that really is. Got to get a lot of diving off the 3 meters. 3-meter board, of course, and they managed to really go straight into rotation. There you go, the strength, good holding, and good reaching out.
8.5, 8, 7.5, 7.5.
And they'll be very happy with that. You could just see Sanchez just coming over the top marginally, fighting to get himself back, but because it had a DD of 3, 67.5, we got the biggest scores coming up now. We're getting into the juicy part of the competition. Now, inward 2.5, same dive for the Chinese pairing of Fan Yi, Mai Yung Shin. So that's better. And I think that the synchronization, they'll get some good points from the judges from that dive. Needed to just get themselves back on track. And I'm sure that the coaches will be happy with that dive there. You can just see that it's good rotation. And they'll be up towards 70 points with that dive, I think. Just entering the water at the same time. 66.6. So a couple of 8s in there, an 8.5 for synchronization. Now, round 4, and back to the German pairing of Luis Carlo Avila Sanchez, Lena Henschel. Well, that's sublime. Maybe coming out just marginally too much, Sanchez, just pushing and fighting to get himself with that good vertical entry. Great height, great execution, and maybe just losing a little bit out with the entry there from Sanchez. Henschel looking very strong in the air. Lovely twist. 64.8, and still in top position. And a back 2.5 somersault for Maxwell and Eliana of the United States of America. That's not bad at all. They'll be pushing for 60 points there. If they can, they'll be moving up, you know, right in that top 4. Germany at the top, of course. And if they get 60 plus, 65, they'll be very happy. It's a good dive. It's very strong entry, missing out on a few points. 65.7, and that is a very healthy score there, because they move up into second place just behind Germany. And finally we have Kim Jae-wook and So Yeon back 2.5 somersault, 2.8 DD. That's better. Good solid rotation. Worked hard to keep themselves aligned.
5, 6.5, 6.5, 7. Synchronization, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 6, 6.5.
They're reaching out at the end, and they go battling to try and get themselves that reach at the very end. There's 52.92 from Kim Jae-wook. There we have it, 225.9. United States ahead of China. China pushing up in the 3rd position now. Well, again, strong diving for the German pairing of Luis Carlo Avila Sanchez, Lena Henschel. Let's see what the European champions will get from this.
6, 5, 6. Synchronization, 7, 7.5, 7.5.
There's a lot of dive. Sanchez just coming out of that.
Back 2.5 somersaults, pike.
The legs just coming over the top. You saw the entry, but 62.31 because of a DD of 3.1, and that just gives them 288.21. Top position. Back 2.5 for Fan Yi and Yingxin. DD of 3. Well, there was a lot of hard work that went into that dive for those two. You can see that how much Fan Yi pushed out. He wanted to get it right, battling to get himself into that good vertical position. And Mai Xingjin doing really well as well. Just look at this. Look at that tuck position, good hold, and just reaching out once again, getting the full rotations in. And they'll get a good score from that. 70.2 points, and that puts them up to 275.4. Still behind the German pairing. Reverse 2.5 for Ivanov and Sazonova, 2.8. Currently 5th. And that's good. the degree of difficulty is not that high on this dive, but you could see that it's a safe dive for them to try and nail and really complete. So they will get a pretty good score from this, like the synchronization, and good entry as well. 61.32 up to 265.23. So currently third on the podium. Forward 3.5. The American pairing. That was good. You just saw that Maxwell Miller just coming out and just going over the top marginally. Student at the University of Texas, diving since the age of 6. Look at the rotation, so much force. You've got to hold and just really work hard to not allow yourself to come over the top and overdo it. 6.28 for the American pairing. Chiwak Suyon, forward 2.5 with a twist. DD of 3, tough dive. They did do well. They did very well. As I said, you got that extra twist, put it in. You've just got to get everything right. Bearings, completion, and then entry. And you've got to really push hard down on the board, get yourself the lift. The flight is going to be important. The twist, and then into the rotations. And there we have it. 5th place there for Kim Jiwook, Suyon. And the winners today, we know who they are. And it is not going to be the Chinese pairing for once. It's the Germans who have clinched gold in this first final of the FISU World University Games. And a big congratulations to Luis Carlo Avila Sanchez and Lena Henschel. There's the official results, 288.21. Solid 5 dives there from Lena Henschel and Carlo Avila Sanchez, the European champions, of course, from Ankara earlier this year. Fan Yi Mei Shenzhen, tough at the start, battle back, 2nd place on the podium with Maxwell Forrest Miller linking up with Eliana Joyce to take the bronze medal. 2nd final of the day. It's all about the high platform, 10 meters from the water. And the daunting prospect of packing in some intricate moves to please the judges. Hey, Lian Wei and Liu Wei. People's Republic of China. Pike position back dive. Oh, that's beautiful. And it's not just about the entry, it's just all of the mechanics and the movement. Chinese coaches will be quite content with that opening dive for Yan Wei and Wei. There you go, nicely done. And just reaching down, the head right already into position before they're reaching for the water. Lacking a little bit of synchronization there, just from Wei, but still, it's still a strong statement coming from the Chinese pair. 51.6, they go into the top position. We got some 9s there as well, as you can see, synchronization. And of course, we got the chance to see Germany to wrap up round 2, reverse dive pike position. And that's good. They'll build on that 43.2, I think, and they should get a solid score from the judges for that. It's not one of the best scores in the 2nd round. It's a really good synchronization at the top. Going, the reach was ready, and the entry was good. Maybe about 45 points, surely, maybe more. 48.6. And really consistent throughout. That's fantastic from Caroline Pfeiffer and Carolina Cordes. China top of the pile ahead of Japan and Germany. And then USA 4th position ahead of Republic of Korea. Norway, Australia 6th and 7th position. Kaylee Clark, Lainey Gutsch, currently in 6th position, 88.2 points. They go for a forward 3.5 somersault. A lot of dive in this pike position. And a DD of 3. So there's a little approach going back before they begin the run up. That's not bad at all. You know, this is, as I said, unfamiliar territory for a lot of the divers, but I spoke to the American team quite a lot this week, and they don't dive off 2 platforms, so to communicate and get it right is, you know, something that they've been working on. They won't be disappointed with that. Finally, and that's really nicely executed. There is a lot of dive, a lot of spins. You can see the reaction, and that's because a lot of these divers, they haven't spent a lot of time together, and Henny and Curly will be in that department, of course. The Chinese duo are currently in a very good place at 102.6. They only need 51 points from this forward 3.5 somersault. Forward position. Oh, that's beautiful. That really is. And the Chinese contingent really celebrating another fabulous dive that should give them more than 60, 65 points to just keep them at the top of the pile. Losing a few points to the synchronization, but just look at the execution. You look at the individual diver and you just see that it is just perfectly executed. And at the end of round 3, we have 71.1 points for He Yanwei and Lu Wei of the People's Republic of China, and comfortably in top position. Well, Germany's Carolina Cordes and Pauline Fife, 156.12. This is a forward 3.5 pike, DD of 3. So you got the run up. That's good, that's good. They'll go into the top position. And with this 5th dive, there's no doubt about it. That was solid. Love the complicity. Look at the way that the skip and just going into the lift, coming out. Entry not identical, but honestly, execution was great. And then afterwards, yeah, there's a big roar from the coaches. And they've got a fair few coaches in this Germany team. Look at that, 68.4. That's a good score. 224.52. Top position for the German pair. And they will now see how the Chinese duo of He Yanwei and Lu Wei will get on, because they're on 102.6, so they need 54 to move straight back into that top spot. 3.2 the DD, that's an inward 3.5 tuck position. So this is like the most difficult dive we've seen so far here in Berlin today. And that is perfect. I don't see anything wrong with that. Look at the coaches, they're showing emotion here, and you know, it's totally comprehensible. That was fantastic. That's fabulous diving. Timing was good. Rotations, entry was great. And the end result should be a very big score, 80.64. That just throws them back to the top of the leaderboard, 254 points. Well, they're looking very strong. And they got, what, 30 points ahead of Carolina Cordes and Pauline Fife, the German duo. Team USA currently on the podium, and currently Third position, looking to try and move on up. Back 2.5 with 1.5 twist. 3.2, pike position. Big dive. 1.5 twists. You know, I talked about how much of a dive that is. That's really good. That's a good effort. And you've got to give them credit. That 1.5 twists, I tell you, you've got to pack that in. It is not easy. And then you've got to go through the rotation. So you also got to lock your body and just get you into that position where you're literally aligned. There's lots of 6 in there. I think that the execution paid the price a little bit there, but look at that. Top position, 256.62. This is a back 2.5, 1.5 twists, pike position, 3.2. The German pairing of Carolina Cordes looking very good so far. They've got 224.52. More than 32 points will put them in the top position. Guaranteed place on the podium. That's great. Should be forgiven a little bit by the entry, just marginally overcooked, just on the vertical entry for paddling, but really there's not much in that, is there? Look at this, strong off the platform, wonderful twist, excellent rotations. As I said, synchronization, just the entry, just missing out a little bit, but just look at the execution. Yeah, that's, what, 70 points, surely. There it is, 70.8 points, 294.60, and into the top position. Final dive, back 2.5, 1.5 twist, pike, 3.2. We've seen it being executed already. That's fantastic, and that's enough for them to take the gold medal out here today, and the first for China. Just look at this, wonderful synchronization, the execution good, entry missing out a little bit with the synchronization, just with the coming out of the final rotation, but honestly, that is going to be a fine score indeed for He Yanwei and Lu Wei. 75.84, 330.18. China take their first gold in the diving pool, with Germany second ahead of the United States of America. Big congratulations to the 3 medal winners here. 3 teams, of course, here with China, Germany, United States of America.